Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Ganja Vacations interview. Today, we're talking with Maharri from Wellness Rebirth, a company she founded and which does cannabis wellness retreats in Jamaica and have been doing that for some time. She's a yoga teacher, a wellness lifestyle strategy, and does other things that I'm sure that she will tell us about shortly. First and foremost, though, we're going to be talking about a retreat she has coming up in Jamaica in August. So, first of all, Mahari, welcome.
Thank you so much, Norman, for having me. So happy to be
Okay,
here.
great. So, let's first of all tell people about this retreat you have coming up in Jamaica and everything that someone would need to know about it, the dates and what it's about, the kinds of experience that they're likely to have, and so on and so forth, and the role in particular that cannabis plays in it.
Mhm. All right. So the retreat in August is called the Celestial Plant Healing Retreat. And it really is a retreat with the intention to move inward with the help of plant medicine to just move into a space of deeper healing, energetic healing work. And cannabis plays very important role because cannabis is plant medicine, contrary to, what's projected out there in the mainstream world. It is plant medicine. It's been used as plant medicine for ever, ancient practice. And so just bringing that holistic approach to the way we interact with cannabis, we'll be highlighting this through the use of the steam chalice and just introducing that way of interaction. One of the ways that we interact with cannabis to our guests. So it's just a more holistic way to partake with the herb as opposed to smoking it or you know so using the steam chalice as a more holistic means to interact with it. So cannabis is really the featured medicine, so doing more ceremonial practices and offering it as a sacrament, going just more intentional, not like rolling up a spliff and just burning one just because, even though that's airy too. Just really moving into a ceremonial space with the medicine, and also infusing into that other plant medicine like a psilocybin mushroom, cacao, and optionally changa, which is also another plant medicine, like a lighter dose of DMT. So the journey this August is kind of like a spin-off to the Rastafari Way Wellness Retreat, which we did earlier this year, and we do this retreat every year. But this is a spin-off that takes you deep into self. So we'll have more incursion going inward and less excursions. So we only have one excursion planned for that retreat, but most of the work is going to be done through workshop, bush medicine workshop with beautiful Empress who does a lot of healing work with plant medicine as far as the herbal aspect of it, and the local bush medicines that we use in Jamaica for healing, and eating plant-based food, raw foods. Again, those live foods are going to also help to support us in the journey to expanding ourselves in the work of healing, just removing all those blockages and just going deeper into self to, unravel what needs to be. So this retreat really is for anyone who really wants to take this summer to do a little bit more of inner working. Yeah.
Do I need to have a certain level of cannabis experience to do this? Suppose I'm a newbie. Would I be
Newbies
welcome?
are, newbies are welcome. We love newbies in the sense that we get to also develop our own relationships with the medicine, right? So especially for cannabis, even if you're a newbie, there's instruction, guided instruction. We have someone who will be facilitating the sacred space for you to interact with cannabis and explain to you the different strands, and you get to experiment and see what feels best for you, and everything will be in a safe sacred space, guided space to allow for your interaction and your experience with the medicine to unfold as it needs to, because it's different for everyone. So the space will be held, it will be blessed, and you will feel safe. There is nothing to fear, in coming into these interactions with plant medicine. It really is a deep dive into self, to observe, to listen, to experience, and to really and truly become who you're meant to be in this life.
Okay. How long have you been doing these? Why Jamaica? I assume that because you have a Jamaican heritage.
It's my ancestral home. I was born and raised in Jamaica, to answer that question first. And I moved to the US a few years ago when I came here for college, but always just had a strong connection to Jamaica and to that lineage there, and the land, and all the glorious medicine that Jamaica, every medicine herb you can think of, you can probably find it in Jamaica. It's such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place. And there's so much energy and healing power that, the same thing that you probably tap into, like in places like Costa Rica or even Mexico, even Sedona. Like, I feel like, to me, based on my experience in traveling to different places, Jamaica carries that same energetic field. And I really would love to see people going there more for healing. And that will also help to activate the healing of the people who are already there, helping them to remember, their healing capabilities, remember their ancestral work, and reconnect with that. So for me, it's really a movement to activate not only the people who I take to Jamaica, but the people who are there, my people, my countrymen.
Tell me what an average day. The retreat, I think, runs for 5 days, right?
Well, this retreat is going to be for 5 full days and 6 nights.
Okay. And what will a typical day be like?
Well, for this retreat, a typical day is going to look like rising up and doing yoga and intermittent fasting, not until midday, but until about 10 o'clock, keeping the body light and empty, having a cannabis ceremony, and really sitting with self. We have different workshops. So we have sound healing, we have a bush medicine workshop, as I mentioned, we have ecstatic dance, and we have a psilocybin mushroom ceremony. And then we also have one-on-one interactions with the plant medicine healers, because I have someone who's coming to facilitate psilocybin mushroom. And I'm also teaming up with another friend of mine, beautiful colleague of mine, and she will be helping me with the cannabis ceremony. So a typical day will look like just rising up, getting straight into the work, doing the breath work, doing the meditation, moving into the yoga, fasting for the first half of the morning, then breaking your fast with all live foods and herbal teas and, organic everything sourced locally from the local farmers in St. Elizabeth. And moving through the day, we have one excursion planned to go to the waterfall, very secluded, so we still be cocooned in the work of, doing that inner work. But a typical day really just look like deep diving into self and feeling the support of the healers who are present to help you guide yourself through whatever needs to happen. And I've been doing these retreats now since 2019. Yeah.
And so what got you into this?
Spirit. I should be so bold, Spirit. I was laying in my bed one night and I decided that, Rastafari has that whole liberty, especially the wellness aspect of it, has really helped me to move into just a deeper state of connection to self and what my body needs to heal. And I wanted to share that with others as a wellness coach, and really practicing my ancestral healing modalities and tapping into those roots. I really wanted to share that with others. And the best way to do that was to bring them in the midst of the liberty. And the best way to do that, to bring them in the midst, is to take them to Jamaica. And So I just started taking folks to
Right.
Jamaica with me to have this wellness healing experience. It started with the Rastafari Way Wellness Retreat, which
Mhm.
is typically 7 days. The next one is in February, and that's going to be a 9-day experience because it's the theme of that is the reggae, the healing power of reggae music. And so tapping into the reggae month activities and really moving through the power of the music to understand the potential of reggae music as a healing tool,
Mhm.
and to also learn the history of the music and the culture and all of that. So I'm super excited for that as well. I really
Okay.
can't wait because reggae
All
music
right.
is life for me.
Okay. We can talk about that at a later time. Couple of last questions because I don't want to keep it too long. Now, are you a practicing Rastafarian?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great.
I'm a practicing Rastafari sacred woman
Okay.
because I don't subscribe to like anything that may have like a religious connotation. For me, the practice of Rastafari comes without any addition. It's just Rastafari. It's just the liberty that I embody,
It's
as
culture,
one of
not
my
religion.
two. Right. Same way I use yoga. I wouldn't even call myself a yogi. I would say I'm a practitioner of yoga, even though I teach yoga, just to make that distinction because on my journey, I'm still growing and evolving. So,
All right. Well, thank you very much. Is there anything else about this retreat that you'd like people to know about?
hmm. This retreat offers a powerful way for you to reconnect with self, for you to reconnect to source through self. And if this is something that you're looking to experience, if you really want to take yourself away from the noise, away from the distractions and the illusion, this retreat offers a way for you to do that. So I would just want to say to anyone who feels called to do that inner work in a safe, loving, harmonious space, then this is definitely the retreat for you. And we would love, love to have you and to be by your side as you take on your own healing journey because it's personal and it's sacred and it's different for everyone. So,
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much. Wish you great success with it, which I'm sure will happen. And we'll talk more about it and your upcoming retreat next year at a later time. So
yes.
thanks again for doing this and good
Thank you
luck.
so much, Norman, for
Okay.
having me. Thanks.
All right.